just connecting. So you can start.
Good afternoon. Welcome you all to today's webinar on corporate expectations and skill alignment. We are joined by our respected Dean of FMC Department, Dr. Shujit Dev sir, and our invited speaker, Dr. Kalyan Chakravarti sir, and our respected faculty members and students. I am Rupayani Shutradhar, and I am joined by Deepavali Vardhan. We are the students of FMC Department, ICFAI University, Tripura. We are the host for today's webinar. So, before we begin, I would like to acquaint you with the guidelines of webinar. If you have any question during the presentation, please type them into the chat box. We will bring them up during the presentation if necessary, or we will also have time for question at the end. And next, to keep the quality of sound functional during the meeting, please keep yourself muted. Feel free to unmute yourself after the presentation if you have any queries. Now, may I call upon our respected Dean Sir, Dr. Shujit Dev Sir, to kindly welcome and address the gathering. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Rupayani.
Thank you, sir.
Good afternoon to all. Respected speaker, Professor Dr. Kalyan Chakravarti, today our resource guest. Respected the Dr. Rishabh Shankar, the program coordinator of this event, and my esteemed colleagues, dear participants, students from ICFAI University Tripura and outside Tripura. So on behalf of ICFAI University Tripura, Faculty of Management and Commerce, I'm welcome you all on this today topics, the corporate expectation and skill alignment. So now the MBA students or other management students, BBA students become students. So after your completion of the degree, you'll go to the corporates. Now they have lots of expectation from the corporates. Like you have lots of team members, you have your colleagues, so you have to deal with them, need some skills. So today, Abner, we are eager to know from our research person that today there are important topic, the corporate expectation and skill alignment. So in these topics, he will explain details. So without further delaying, I am wishing these programs gain success, and success of this event depends on the participant active participations. So I request all the students and participants, you listen properly, and by end of the event is over, if you have doubt, you can ask to the resource person. So already you have assigned the 4 classroom live telecast of this program, and others are joined in their personal system. So if the success of the event depends on your active participation. So I'm expecting you listen properly, maintain decorum of this class, and listen properly. You note down any you query. By when the answer questions session, you will ask your query. So I wish gain success of this program. Thank you all. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Now over to you, Deepavali.
Good afternoon, all. We are extremely honored to have with us Dr. Kalyan Chakravarti sir, He is here with us to deliver a speech on business communication, life skills, and English language with a view to contribute to the skill development and overall personality development of the learners. Sir has done his PhD, MPhil, MA, MBA, MH, and diploma in TESOL with 2 decades of professional expertise in teaching, training, research, and publications in India, Oman, Turkey, Myanmar, and Maldives for the academic and corporate purpose. He is a professor of life skills coach. He is also an author, reviewer, resource person, research guide, and examiner, senior consultant as well. Now, sir, we all are eager to hear from you. Over to you, sir.
Thank you so much. Good afternoon, everybody. Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Dr. Biplab Halder sir, is the chair of the session, and Dr. Sujit Dev, Dean, Faculty of Management and Commerce, ICFAI University, Tripura, and my young colleague, convener, Dr. Rishabh Shekhar, Assistant Professor, Faculty of Management and Commerce, and the announcer who has just introduced me, and all the students of undergraduate and postgraduate studies. Good afternoon, and I'm very glad to connect to you to ICFAI Tripura. It's my privilege to talk to you today, and I hope, as Sir said, the session will be wonderful with your participation, and I expect that all of you should be interactive today, and I'll be asking you some questions now and then. And if you have any questions also, kindly make a note of it and keep asking me whenever you want. And the organizers will open the mic and let you in. Am I audible to everybody? Sir, madam?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Is it clear,
Yes,
the
sir.
audio?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, right. Can I share my PowerPoint, please? I think you have to enable me to share the PPT here. It shows disable. Hello? Dr. Rishabh?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm just doing it, sir. Yes, sir. I made you as a co-host, sir. Can you check it whether you are able to share a screen or not?
Yes, I'm checking right up.
Yeah, yeah. Just I'm waiting.
Yeah. Is it visible to everybody, my screen?
Yes, sir. It is visible, sir.
Right. Yeah. So, as it is announced, I'm glad that this topic, corporate expectations and skills alignment, is chosen by your Department of Commerce and Management, by your university, and I appreciate the organizers for choosing this apt topic, which is very, very important nowadays to understand before you graduate as an undergraduate or postgraduate. When you come out into the market, there are so many things that you have to check it out. So let us see one by one what are these things. Then if you have any questions, kindly type into the chat window or request the organizers to unmute, then you can speak out. Here we go. Corporate expectations and skills alignment. Now, the session objectives are as follows. I have a very small agenda today because 1 hour time is given to me. Is it okay? 1 hour, Dr. Rishabh?
Yes, sir. Absolutely fine,
Yes.
sir.
Oh, right. So these are the objectives. To list out skill set, to distinguish between existing and expected skills, to identify the suitable skills, to equip the learners with adequate skills, to set a roadmap of life skills education for higher educational institutions. This is the brief agenda I have for today. Let's go. Now, I quote Swami Vivekananda. He said, the brain and muscles must develop simultaneously. Iron nerves with an intelligent brain, and the whole world is at your feet. Unquote. So here, Vivekananda felt that the brain and muscles, it means the physical body and the brain must equally develop. Your mind and body must equally develop. Now, the natural question comes, how do you make your mind strong? You're already into graduation, so 18, 19, 20 years of age, and some are into post-graduation, so 21, 22-year-old. So by now, the mind has already developed to some extent. But how powerful, how impactful, how strong is your mind? And how do you make your mind strong? That is a first question to all the audience now. I think nearly 30, 40 number is visible here in the participants, but it must be more than 100, right, Dr. Rishabh, the students?
Yes, sir. It is more than 300 plus, sir, because we have combined so many sections. So everyone
Yes,
is there.
got
So,
it, got it. So in the chat window, if students have access, let them start answering my questions, which are appearing on the screen. How do you make your mind strong? Any ideas? 1 or 2 words or 1 sentence answers will do. You can start typing into the chat window. Or if anyone can open the mic and tell me the answer, it will be better. Because initially, let's start with the discussion to make it interactive. Anyone, please? Any student, postgraduate, undergraduate? How do you make your mind strong? Does anyone has access to mic? Yeah, I'm expecting some answers from the students. Anyone? How do you make your mind strong? Let's begin with that question because it gives you a lot of ideas before we go into the
Think
details.
positive.
Think positive. Very good. Who is this? Introduce yourself, your name and graduation, post-graduation.
My name is Ravindra Urajahire. I am from North Maharashtra University, Department of
Okay,
uh,
okay, Ravindra. Very good, very good. So
okay.
thinking positive. That's it. Okay. Anybody else? Either you type into the chat window or you can open the mic and say. Any Tripura students? Okay, let's proceed. Now, I quote Socrates here. Smart people learn from everything and everyone. Average people from their experiences. Stupid people already have all the answers. Unquote. Socrates. Smart people. If you assume that you are smart people, You learn from everything and everyone. Average people from their experiences, it means from their mistakes. And stupid people, those who think they know everything, they have already many answers with them. This is said by Socrates. Now, let's ponder over. There is a bit information for you. Somebody's mic is on, Dr. Rishabh. Just check it up, please. Background noise is
I'll just check it, sir.
you can mute them for a while.
Hello.
Sir, please unmute, sir. We are not able to listen you, sir. Please unmute yourself, sir. Sir, please unmute, sir. We are not able to listen.
Yeah, automatically it went to mute mode. Thanks to technology. Sometimes it happens. Now, am I audible now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Now you're audible.
Yeah, it went mute. Somebody muted. I don't know.
Okay.
Okay. Let me share. Yeah, is it visible now?
Sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's visible, sir.
So first quote was Vivekananda. Second quote, could you hear what Socrates said? Smart people learn from everything and everyone. Average people from their experiences. Yeah.
Yes,
So
sir.
after that, I just said there are a lot of schemes introduced by central government, Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship, and various central government schemes like PMKVY, Prime Minister's Kaushal Vikas Yojana, TECIP, Technical Education Quality Improvement Program, then DDUKY, Deen Dayal Upadhyay Kaushal Yojana, then PMGRVY, Prime Minister Gramin Rojgar Vikas Yojana, then Unnat Bharat Abhiyan, then Atmanirbhar Bharat, then Make in India. So many programs are there. And all these programs are looking at improving the skill set. Then let me remind you about UNO, United Nations Organization. It has set 17 goals, sustainable goals. Among those 17, SDG 4, that is Sustainable Development Goal number 4, talks about quality education for all. And education includes skill set also. Then UNDP, United Nations Development Program, UNESCO, World Economic Forum, World Health Organization emphasize skill development. This is some background information for you. So now we come to the question, important questions for higher educational institutions. What is the importance given to soft skill development at universities and colleges in private and public sectors in India? This question has to be thought by all the higher educational institutions. What is the place? What is the importance given to soft skills development at universities and colleges in private and public sectors in India? Then, how many universities offer degree or PG diplomas in life skills education? Very few institutions in India, because I travel across India visiting so many universities and I interact with faculty members, I interact with students, I interact with the deans, I interact with vice chancellors, directors. Then I talk to them about skills education. I present papers, I present workshops, I conduct FDPs. And with this idea, I'm asking and suggesting that some degrees, diplomas must be there, looking at the demand for skills. Now, I'm glad to see that ICFAI has given due importance to skill development in Telangana region and across India by conducting FDPs and workshops. Because ever since I was with IBS and I was with INC, I have been seeing that ICFAI gives a lot of importance for skills education. As a former faculty of ICFAI also, I can tell you that a lot of importance is given. But it is up to the students how they are going to utilize these skills. Now, let me show you the expected skill set. Is the slide visible, Dr. Rishabh, and I am audible?
Yes, sir. Yes, it's visible, sir. And you are audible, sir. Not a problem, sir.
Very good. So look at this bottom right blue colored picture. You can read the skill set mentioned here. You can go clockwise or anti-clockwise, up to you. So I'm going clockwise. Adaptability and resilience. This is the skill set expected from average graduates. There is an organization called DJUSD, which has conducted a survey and suggested that this is the minimum package expected by a graduate who is passing out of any university. And all the students must check whether they have some of these skills. I'm sure some of the skills must be there with you by now, because there is a component of skills at TechFi in many courses. But still, let us check. Adaptability and resilience, collaboration, communication, civic and cultural awareness, creativity and innovation, critical thinking and problem solving. And if any students feel that some of these skills are already existing in them, that is well and good. And those who feel that they do not have this skill set, then it is time for them to work out and try to upgrade whatever skill set you have from existing skill set to expected skill set we can go. Yeah, you can keep on typing in the chat window. If you feel I have this skill, then just name the skill there. I have adaptability skill. For example, I do not have resilience, or I have collaboration, but I do not have communication. I have civic and cultural awareness, but I'm not practicing. Something like that. So you can type into the chat window so that your brain works on these skill sets which I am mentioning here. Let's proceed. This is the graduate profile I was talking about. You can have a screenshot, students, or you can make a note of it. Then check whether you have these or you do not have these. Now, top 10 skills in 2020. These are long back suggested by so many organizations across the world. Now, let us look at this list of skills. Number 1, complex problem solving skills. Students can note down and check whether they have or do not have. Yes, no, like that. You can make a note of it in your notebook. Then number 2, critical thinking. Number 3, creativity. Number 4, people management. Number 5, coordinating with others. Number 6, emotional intelligence. Number 7, judgment and decision making. Number 8, service orientation. Number 9, negotiation. Number 10, cognitive flexibility. Now, any student, whether postgraduate or undergraduate, if you feel that you have some of these skills mentioned above, that is very good. If you do not have, then now is the time that you worked on this. This is high time that you worked on it. Then there are some questions below. How many PG or UG students are equipped with some of the above skills? This can be answered by either students or faculty, because you must have seen the students, what skills are already there in them. Then my next question would be, not for students, this is for faculty, if anybody can share. Are they integrated into the curriculum properly? Can I hear from any faculty for question number 2? Anyone? Dr. Rishabh or any faculty, please? This is a discussion, and we all are at higher education and we are thinking of doing something better for our institution and university. So this is the time to interact. Yeah, anyone please, any faculty member? Are these skills integrated into curriculum properly? Can you hear me? My question is audible?
Yes, sir. The question is audible, sir.
Yeah, please try to explain.
Yeah, in our curriculum, sir, like we are having a for coming towards the first point, that is complex problem solving. So we are having a case study methodology, especially for the MBA guys. So generally we used to teach with the help of case study, because I am a alumni of IBS Hyderabad. So I'll just try to, and we are
Yes.
trying to inculcate the same culture what we had in the Hyderabad. So we
Yes.
used to give a case study, especially in the exam, and especially we used to map all the concepts and chapter with a give a current situation, and they will try to solve it. So that could be
Very
the one point, that what we are trying to inculcate that thing as a case pedagogy, that what we are following. And coming towards the your critical thinking and all that thing, so we used to give a proper industrial experience and all that thing, that what we used to bring to the student. Now they are going for the SIP, summer internship program. So there they will think, and there they will come out with a new innovative things, and whatever the exposure that they will get, in a practical experience. So students first year and second year, both it's compulsory to go there summer internship 2 times at least. And for
Very
MBA also management. So we are trying actually to incorporate all this, at least some points in the curriculum.
Very nice. Thank you so much, Dr. Rishabh. So they are integrated to some extent in the curriculum. Then the next question would be, are they assessed periodically? The skill set which we have been talking about, are they assessed periodically? I mean, maybe quarterly, maybe half yearly, maybe yearly, or maybe weekly. I don't know, because each faculty does it in a different way, formally or informally. So I would like to know in this discussion, intellectual discussion, are these skills assessed periodically? Any faculty, please? Yes, sir, madam. I'm waiting. Please contribute to the discussion because it benefits our students and faculty also. Hello, am I audible?
Yes, sir, you're audible, sir.
Yeah. Any faculty, please? The assessment is an important aspect, as all of you know. So I would like to know in this discussion whether these skills are periodically assessed, because everyday assessment would be difficult. Every week also would be difficult. So maybe monthly, maybe quarterly, maybe half yearly. If it is done, okay. If it is not done, I think we have to think of this component in our day-to-day curriculum and syllabus, whatever lessons we are doing. Okay, let's proceed. Now, when it comes to evaluation and assessment system, I would like to draw your attention toward this cartoon, which used to appear in on the net and some famous educational magazines time and again. So there is an examiner sitting to the right side. Is it visible on the screen clearly?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, it's visual, sir.
Yeah. And in front of the examiner, there are some creatures. There is a dog, there is a seal, there is a fish in a jar, and there is an elephant, there is a penguin, there is a monkey, and there is a bird. Now these creatures are called, and this examiner, assessor, is trying to assess the skills of these creatures. Now what is happening? He's saying, for a fair selection, everybody has to take the same exam. Please climb the tree. Now imagine if a dog tries to climb a tree, what happens? To what extent it can climb? Similarly, if a seal or fish, can they imagine climbing a tree? There is an elephant. Probably an elephant can break the tree and bring down the branches under its feet, but it can't climb the tree. Penguin also not. So who will be the successful learners in this case?
It's a
Naturally,
monkey.
yes, wonderful man. Thank you so much. The monkey or this bird. Bird can reach the top branch in 2 minutes, and monkey maybe another 5 minutes. So these will be A graders and B graders. And rest of the creatures who try but who cannot succeed will be either C, D, E, or fail grade. Now, what is the fault here? Is it the fault of these creatures? Or is it the fault of this exam? Or the assessment criteria? Or the examiner? Or what? Because in this August forum, in this intellectual community, it is our duty to discuss such things and try to do justice. While assessing skill set, a theoretical examination is different and a skills examination assessment is different. And theoretical examinations are going on. Anyway, they give us some knowledge and they are the requirement for attaining any graduation or post-graduation. That is fine. But for skill set improvement also, there should be some examination. That's what I wanted to draw your attention to. Now, while doing this evaluation or assessment, what is the general criteria we follow? Any faculty, please? I would like to listen. General criteria while doing the assessment of these skills. Any idea? How do we test these skills? Anyone, please?
Excuse me, sir. Some students are posting in the chat also, sir. So I
Acha,
think
chat.
yeah,
Can
chat
you
box
read,
also.
please? Because I'm in another screen.
Okay.
So can you
I'll
read the
just,
chat one by one?
yeah, I'm
Yeah.
one of the student of BBA first year. So he has written that everyone have their own capability, but in our Indian education systems, everyone has to attend the same systematic
Okay.
exam. Everyone have their separate eligibility. So that's what
Very good.
he has mentioned.
Okay. That's wonderful. That is theoretical exam. That's fine. But what about skills examination? Skills test. Is something happening already? Anyone, please? Yeah. Shall we proceed if there is nobody to answer? Because in a seminar, in a discussion, it is always to do some question answering. Otherwise, what happens? It becomes monotonous. Particularly in online mode, it becomes very monotonous. That's why we keep asking you some questions. Okay. So let me tell you, if you really want to assess the skills, knowledge, or attitude, three parts are there in any system: knowledge, skills, and attitude. Three things. So if these three things you want to modify or you want to what do you call improve, then we have to follow standardized procedures, scientific methods. We already do. Our examination system will be scientific. We have question papers, we have case studies, we have presentations. So to some extent, we can't say 100%, but to some extent, knowledge is improved. Then attitudinal changes, behavioral changes, naturally certain things will happen. Some are given by faculty and some are imbibed by the students themselves. And some come to the students through their generations, I mean, seniors, their parents or their grandparents. But again, attitude and behavior is a very big personality. Attitude and behavior is a very big domain that needs very scientific way of improvement. Then when it comes to skills part, there should be a system where we have to evaluate properly. And I want to remind all of you, honorable faculty members, administrators, and students also, that there is a tool called multiple intelligences. And if you have patience and interest, kindly look at the book Frames of Mind, The Theory of Multiple Intelligence by Howard Gardner. I'm sure it must be in your library. If it is not there, no issue. A lot of information is available on the internet, and you can look at Amazon also. On Amazon, it's available. So Howard Gardner suggests that there are at least 9 types of intelligences existing in every human being. And the list is given here. You can look at the left side, that circle, and the right side, this square. And in the circle, go clockwise. Kinesthetic intelligence, interpersonal intelligence, linguistic intelligence, mathematical intelligence, naturalistic intelligence, intrapersonal intelligence, visual intelligence, musical intelligence. So these many types of intelligences are already existing in a learner, in a human being, at any age, at any stage. Maybe you are BBA or MBA, BSc or BL, or any degree, any post-graduation, any PhD level, but they will be these 9 types of intelligences embedded in the human mind, human personality. And it is up to us, how do we assess these things? And Dr. Rishabh and Dean sir, this particular topic needs 1 day FDP at any institution, because it's a very big concept and all the faculty members can sit 1 day and discuss about it. So I'm just proposing, sir, we have already done this across India in so many universities we have done, because this is going to help the assessment system, the evaluation system at any level, maybe UG or PG level or research level.
Sure,
Let
sir.
us talk more details later. I'm just giving you ideas. Please make a note of it, Dr. Rishabh. We will take it up at a later stage. Okay.
Yeah, sure, sir. Sure, sir.
So this is very important, because at no university, in my view, because I visited Europe, I went to London, Switzerland, Paris, and I interacted with so many academicians. And in very few universities, even in our own country, it is implemented. Maybe because of time constraints, or maybe because of some other constraints, these things are not done properly. But if it is done, that will do justice to all the students and all the learners at any stage, at any university. Let's proceed. To just apply these skills and to teach these skills, I have done so many experiments. To some extent, my old students know what all experiments I used to do in my classes. Even internationally, I have tried some of these experiments. Let me show you a few pics. Uh, Between 2014 and 18, I tried out various skills training with Arab students in the Middle East. For example, Oman, Turkey, and I had been to UAE. Here, I have interacted with these students, undergraduates, postgraduates, and diploma holders, and I taught them certain skills and assessed also. And this is Turkey, where I met several country people, multinational area. That was 2015. You can see in the visuals here. It's an international house where so many people from Asia, from Western Europe, and US, UK people gather there to discuss intellectual um, applications in education. So recently, Myanmar, uh, between 20 and 21, I had interacted with the teachers and faculty over there. And from Canada, HETT, Higher Education Training for Teachers, that is the organization which used to conduct online sessions for Myanmar teachers. And unfortunately, Myanmar doesn't have access to internet now because of the military coup there. They're unable to access internet and telephones are not working. Otherwise, my student here at the top left-hand corner, she's an associate professor in one of the universities in Myanmar. She used to learn skills and English language, communication. A lot of interest she had, but unfortunately, internet is cut now. So what I'm saying here is, there is a huge demand for skills education and skills improvement, and that has to be given due importance at the universities. And even students should take it very seriously and try to improve your skill set. Always faculty members will be ready to help you if you really show some interest and you want to improve your skill set. Now, recent experiments in Bhubaneswar, ASBM University, uh, there also I go to deliver some workshops, because regularly every year they fly me down to Bhubaneswar. At least 3 to 6 days a week program I design personally, and along with the help of other faculty members, we do lot of activities. It is completely activity based module, finishing school module, and experiential learning will be applied. That is the methodology we do. So this also can be done at any university. Maybe it is Calcutta, maybe it is Tripura, maybe Hyderabad, wherever possible. Any university, any college can apply and adopt this. These are tried and tested experiences and experiments I am sharing with you. Honorable administrators and respected dignitaries and all the students, I am just sharing with you. These are possible. Now, let us go to 2022 skill set suggested by World Economic Forum. Now, kindly look at the left side of the screen. I hope it is visible, light blue colored screen. And the right side is the dark screen. Leave it out for the moment. Look at the left side and try to read the uh, 10 skills mentioned over there. And the source is Future of Jobs Report 2018, published by World Economic Forum. They have mentioned that these 10 skills are in growing stage now across the globe, not only in India. Number one, analytical thinking and innovation. Number two, active learning and learning strategies. Number three, creativity, originality and initiative. Number four, technology design and programming. Number five, critical thinking and analysis. Number six, complex problem solving. Number seven, leadership and social influence. Number eight, emotional intelligence. Number nine, reasoning, problem solving and ideation. Number 10, systems analysis and evaluation. These are just 10 growing skills now. It means not only these 10, there are so many following and sub skills also in this. And the right side, these are declining skills, because manual, memory based and certain things are going down, and technology is rapidly changing. You have disruption of the technology now. So these skills, left side, which are given, better to focus on these skills. Any doubts or questions so far? Dr. Rishabh, look at the chat window and tell me if there are any questions before I proceed to further points.
No, sir. Till now, no question has been raised in the chat box. You can proceed, sir.
Yes. And any student or faculty would like to raise any questions so far, I can answer and proceed. Anyone, please.
Number 7 point, you mentioned
Yes,
that
sir.
the coordination and time management, is it
Yes.
declining or not require this skill? Like
Time
declining,
manage.
but
Yes,
there's
sir.
also, according to me, it is an important skill like coordination and time management.
Yes, you are right. Here, the World Economic Forum has observed certain things, sir, across the globe. And based on the socio-economic changes, they have suggested growing skills. It doesn't mean these are unimportant. They are only declining. The priority wise, they have given up and down, both. It means both sides, left side and right side, these skill sets are still existing, but day by day it is going down. But you are right, time management and coordination is very important. But as per their survey, it has taken number 8 in the declining side. It doesn't mean it is not important, sir. It is important, as you said. We have to manage time and we have to coordinate. But there are higher order skills now, left side, which you see: analytical thinking, active learning, creativity, originality, all these things, critical thinking, all these are higher order skills. So they are going up. That's the only meaning here. Okay, shall we proceed? Any other
Yes,
question?
yes.
Yeah. Now, I quote Albert Einstein here. Everybody is a genius, but if you judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree, it will live its whole life believing that it is stupid. What a wonderful quote by Albert Einstein, who was a backbencher during his schooling. Everybody knows that story. And one day, Albert Einstein's uh, mother receives a letter from the school where young Albert Einstein was studying. That's a popular story. And the letter says, maybe written by his teacher or written by Einstein's principal or somebody. The letter says that Einstein is not a bright student in the school, and he always used to sit at the back benches. And in a mathematics class, he used to draw something. And in a drawing class, he used to calculate something. So when teachers observed this kind of behavior, they judged him as an average student. But later on, he proved to be one of the geniuses that the world has produced ever. Everybody knows the theory of relativity and E equal to mc square, the famous formula, which is designed and developed by or discovered by Albert Einstein. But even his discoveries were not given due importance unless and until his friend who was working in Europe talked about his research and his discoveries at Cambridge and Oxford. That's how Albert Einstein's theories have seen light. So that's why, with a lot of experience, Einstein says, and by the way, he wanted to do PhD at Oxford or Cambridge. I'm not sure, but he was not given PhD admission because whatever theories he proposed were not proven by then. So the research committee in those days of those universities rejected his application for PhD. And such a genius faced all these troubles. And students can take inspiration from this. In his failures, he has seen success. And whenever a theory proposed by him was rejected, his ambition to prove it was improving, increasing. He was not going into depression. That's why he says everybody is a genius. And it is for the students to check their innate potentiality, what potential they have. And then they seek advice, guidance of parents, elders, seniors, faculty, everybody will be there to help you. So the responsibility starts from the student. Of course, it's a responsibility of the faculty also. But unless there is some interest shown by the students, sometimes teachers, faculty also can be maybe helpless because students should show that interest. Yes, come on, let us learn some skills, some knowledge, and let us change our attitude. If this feeling comes in the students, among the students, then teaching and learning becomes a very nice atmosphere, and it will be like a smooth cakewalk. Yeah. Now, all the students look at the screen and tell me what do you see on the screen. You can type into the chat window and look at the question at the top. Why is it rotating?
So I just give a small announcement, sir. What
Yeah,
I'm telling all the students, if anyone is having any query, any doubt, you can unmute and you can ask anything. Feel free to ask because this is for you people. It is more of a kind of interactive rather than having a one mode. And you have any doubt, any problem, feel free to ask and reply the answers as per as the discussion is going on. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Rishabh. Yeah. Type in the chat window or unmute the mic and say, why is it rotating? How many students feel that it is rotating? If you look at the center of this circle, you feel that it is slowly moving, rotating. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes. So it is an optical illusion. Actually, it is just a picture, static picture, or a painting somebody painted, modern art, or a picture, or a drawing. But there is an optical illusion which tells you, your mind or your heart, that it is moving. But actually, it is not moving. Why is it happening? Because the human brain is divided into two parts. Two lobes are there. They are perfectly integrated. Two hemispheres, left and right, and different functions. How do cognitive functions tend to be dominated by one side or the other? That is an interesting study. And the function, logical on the left side, and creative on the right side. These are the functions enlisted here. Right side, if you see, there is a long list here, vertically. Right brain, creativity, imagination, holistic thinking, all these functions are done by right brain only. And it is a natural process. It is not like your artificial intelligence or not like your virtual reality, which science and technology students study. It is naturally designed by the Almighty. It is there, existing in our brains, human brains. Then left side is logical, calculative. All the calculations are done by left side brain. That's why if a person falls down somewhere accidentally, they check whether the head is hit at the right side or left side, because some functions may malfunction, some damage may be caused, particularly children. When we hit on the head, elders say that don't hit the children on the head, okay, because some functions may be hampered. And there is a reference below, if you have patience and interest, an evaluation of the left brain versus right brain hypothesis with resting state functional connectivity. Somebody has done a lot of research, then I have mentioned that reference below for your further research sake, if anybody would like to check it out. Okay, let's proceed. Now look at the visuals below. What do you think? Speak or write your comments. Quickly, let us do a 5-minute exercise. Activity based, as I said, interactive. The students can look at the visuals, both the visuals. You can compare, contrast, or whatever. Then tell us or type in the chat window. Dr. Rishabh, please take care of the activity.
Yes, sir. I'm seeing, sir, chat board. If anyone is replying anything or if anything, any activity is happening, I'll just update you, sir. My
Yes,
eye is there. Yes.
Very nice. Students, apply your brain now, because we have to see, check the brain function. Is it right side is working more or left side is working more? So this exercise will give you instant exercise to your brain. And quickly, don't take much time because we have something else to answer also. I have a questionnaire for you, which will give you a lot of ideas, wherein you can utilize, apply your mind and respond. Yeah. Shall we proceed? Any responses?
Sir,
Or
nothing.
they can open the mic and say, na, for 5 minutes.
Yeah, dear students, if you have, if you want to reply of this image, whatever sir is asking, you can unmute yourself and feel free to reply. Nothing problem. We are having an interactive session, so we are here to learn. So I request everyone, especially to the students, if you know the answer, if you something is going on in your mind related to this, please feel free to reply.
Yeah, just say something. We are not examining you. It is just to make you interactive. Yeah, no one. Because visual is a very strong medium. It makes your mind think several things before you communicate. That's why this is an aid to practice your communication. Yeah. Let us look at the next visual. What comes to your mind? Say something or type something. I think usually students don't speak, Dr. Rishabh.
Sorry, sir. What do you mean?
Usually students don't speak, I think, right? They prefer writing, not speaking.
Not like that, sir. I just go in the classroom and then I will check it, sir. What exactly is happening, sir?
No problem, no problem.
Yeah, I just go
So
and
let
check
us
it.
continue.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah, let's continue. And I request the respective faculty in the classrooms to motivate them to say something, because this is an exercise. So left side, as you can see, in the name of style and fashion, some clothes are torn. That has become a fashion now. And right side, if you see, there are really needy, poor children who are standing there waiting for the clothes. And basically, The clothes are designed to cover our body, to protect us from the heat and cold of the weather. But right side, if you see, the poor children and poor people, they are waiting for clothes. And left side, if you see, those who have money and in the name of fashion, they are tearing it and wearing it. So that is the comparison. And in the first visual, some countries, some places, they give a lot of importance for neatness, and irrigated water is protected. And water is protected, it's a valuable resource. And some places, they just pollute it and leave every garbage into the water, even river Ganges, or you take any river for that matter, Mahanadi, whatever it is polluted, highly polluted. Now, third visual. Any responses here? What do you see in the picture? Come on, come on, come on. Quickly, please. We have to cover a lot. Type or speak, anyone of your choice. This is a car, right? And there are some children stuffed into the back seat. And only 2 or 3 children are visible. This is backside of the car. And in the back seat of the car, there are already some children. And in the front seat also, you can imagine that the car is full. And somebody is driving it by keeping a small kid in front of the steering. So what happens? It's a risk-prone scenario. Accidents happen. And so many other things come into mind, but if you apply and think, it happens and you get the response. Next. Two kids are waiting for the train. In some seminar, in some workshop, I got this response. They're waiting for the train. And in some workshops where I teach communication classes, they respond in a very different way. So it is all depends on how do you think, your brain. Okay, how about this? Any idea? Students, any response? Somebody is sitting on a wonderful creature called a donkey, and there is a BMW logo on the head of the donkey, and there is a mobile phone in the person who is riding this donkey. But there is a great message given to the world through this image. And the creator is the person, the owner of this donkey. Any ideas coming into the mind? Any chats? Hello, am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Any idea, please? Those who can speak, they can speak. I think he is giving a message to the world that his donkey is better than BMW, or BMW is equivalent to his creature, his animal. Or maybe he guessed that petroleum prices are going to be high across the world, so better to go for donkey ride. That's what he's suggesting silently. That is non-verbal communication. Okay. How many boats are there under the bridge? This is a brain teaser, so anyone can answer. Yeah, somebody is typing in the chat. Can anybody read, please?
I'll just read, sir, what exactly it has been gathered over the chat board.
Yes.
So after that, Samrat, he has again replied over the chat board. Basically, cloth was prepared to cover our body according to the climate. But here in the
Yes.
left photo, people are destroying their clothes to look more fashionable, whereas right side
Yes.
photo shows the need of the cloth. One having everything but still doing extra things to take to look more cool, and another one is wanting nothing. And
That's
one more
good.
response, BMW. I don't know, I was not here, so I got one answer, BMW.
Yeah, this one.
Yeah.
This is a visual.
Okay. And one more here, it's written that he is happy with what he has. A BMW vehicle is very costly. One cannot afford it easily. So it's
Yeah.
again reply one of the student. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. That's good. I appreciate the students who have written something. It means they are applying their brain and they are thinking creatively, critically, and responding. They are communicating. So that's what happens. Before you go for communication, lot of critical thinking, creative thinking happens. Then output will be better. You have to expose the brain to different situations. That's why. Okay. Now look at this. What comes to your mind? It's a trick photography, right? There is a pyramid and there is a girl. Any comment? Any caption? Because on Facebook, Twitter, WhatsApp, lot of creativity I see nowadays. And youth does. Another optical illusion, yes. Optical illusion, but what is the message there? That calls for creativity. If you think of messages, comments. Yeah. It seems girls are trusting the rocks and mountains more than boys nowadays. That's why they are doing this. Okay. Yeah. Let's proceed. Now, based on this visual and auditory exercise which we have done now to stimulate the right brain and left brain, that is the activity, purpose of the activity. Now, what happened actually is there is a famous theory here, stimulus response theory. I hope some of you must have heard somewhere or read somewhere. The stimulus theory says that the external or internal stimulus is given, then senses become aware consciously or subconsciously of stimulus. That's why I have given a stimulus as a visual, and your brain was tickled, then some spoken or written messages were coming out. So that was a activity. Then senses became consciously or subconsciously stimulus. Then the stimulus may be filtered by perceptual factors. Bit of psychology here. Perceptual factors, because each person was looking at the visual from a different perspective. Am I right? And different ideas were coming. And there are filters applied in the brain. What are the filters? There is a list given here in the center column on the slide. The filters are the following: previous knowledge, previous experience, emotions, concept of self, choice, loudness of stimulus, location, personal needs and wants. Based on all these filters or some of these filters, your way of thinking changes. That's why different ideas come into your mind. Then look at the fourth column here on the slide. People interpret the stimulus consciously or subconsciously by relating it to previous experience. The new information is assimilated or accommodated with person's mental schema or rejected. So when you assimilate these things or accommodated, it depends on your mental schema. What is the structure of your thinking, the way of thinking? Because from years together, the brain is set to one certain pattern of thinking, and which we can hardly come out of it. That's why some training is required, some workshops are required, some brain stimulating exercises are required. That's how experiential learning happens. And brain is forced to think in a different way, and it gets better. So give some task to the brain every day. Instead of just being on Facebook or Instagram, whatever the youth is doing nowadays, consciously or subconsciously, they are engrossed into that internet and YouTube. For some pastime, it can be done, but it shouldn't become a long-term thing. I mean, a lot of time shouldn't be wasted on that. So think of some interesting things like this, then try to give training to your own brain. Some attitudinal changes, some behavioral changes, some skill set changes will happen. So what happens when you look at the stimulus and after all this process, three types of responses will come out. One is behavioral response, second is cognitive response, third is affective response. Behavioral response you can see outside. When something happens, some stimulus is given to your brain, visual or auditory or anything. Some response will come out. What is that? Behavioral response. You can see the change in behavior. Or cognitive response. Something about your thinking related to your mind. That's called scientifically cognitive response. Then third one is affective response. It means your attitude, which is within you, that will also change. Any one or all of these can happen in split seconds. That is the power of our mind, our eyes, our ears. So we have to use them properly. Now, going to the another aspect, risk-taking, diversification, and entrepreneurial skill. Now, look at the person here at the bottom right corner. He's the Amazon founder. Everybody knows about him. He's best, Jeff Bezos. He worked like this in 1999. There is a small shed and there is a dilapidated table and a single employee. He was sitting there and he was doing some work. Initiator, he just started Amazon.com and he was planning a lot and he was working alone day and night. And he worked for so many years, then became world's richest man in 2017. And now you can imagine the CEO of Amazon is even thinking of space travel, Jeff Bezos, right? So how did it happen? One person who started his entrepreneurship or whatever you call in 1999, how could he become a millionaire or billionaire by 2017? And now this is 2022. How did it happen? Books to electronics to Kindle. That was a diversification he did. Why did he think of e-commerce? Is it creative thinking or critical thinking? What skill was there? Or there was a huge skill set which was driving him forward to become multi-millionaire or billionaire? Yeah. Any responses, any answers to the questions, please? Dr. Rishabh, take it up.
Yeah, not yet flooded, sir. In the
Not yet.
chat box. Yeah. So that's what I'm waiting, sir. If any answer, I'll let you know, sir.
I can't hear.
Yeah, not yet reflected, sir. If
Okay,
any-
let them take
Yeah.
their own time. It happens.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Slowly they respond, no issue.
Yes, sir.
But let us give the input, then wait for the output. Okay,
Yeah, true, sir.
right. Later on, you can check it up. So keep in mind these questions. Look at every successful entrepreneur, every successful businessman, particularly BBA and MBA students, or even science and technology students. Look around. What is happening across the industries? How famous people are becoming richer and richer? What went into? What is the contribution of skill set? What type of skills? What type of knowledge? What type of attitude they have? Then that takes you forward. Now look at this digital era. Somebody compared between 2013 and 2020 what was happening on the internet per minute. In 60 seconds, what was happening in 2013. Look at Facebook. 2 crore 46 lakhs something Facebook users were exchanging. Then WhatsApp, 3,47,222 photos were exchanged. Then Instagram, 2,16,000 only in 2013. Right side, I'm reading from this picture, right side. Then look at Skype users. Nowadays, we don't use Skype. And YouTube users were uploading only 72 hours of new video per minute in 60 seconds. That was happening in 13. Now look at left side. Now look at YouTube. Users are uploading 500 hours of video every minute, 60 seconds. Then Netflix, which has come recently, and Zoom, which we are using now, 2,08,333 participants in any meeting across the world, if you see. In 1 minute, it was connecting. And Netflix, 4,04,444 hours of video streaming it does across the globe. Then LinkedIn, Amazon. You check Amazon left side and right side. Right side, Amazon in 2013, it was making 83,000 dollars worth in one online sales in 1 minute. Now look at Amazon. It is shipping 6,659 packages per minute across the globe. So at this speed, the digital era, we are captured in this very fast, disruptive social media and information flow. But the question is, are we losing ourselves in the speed of digital technology? Is there enough time for us to think of ourselves and think of other human beings? Because nowadays the tendency is to meet on the Facebook, to tweet, to meet, to talk on internet. Even now we are interacting with each other on internet only, through internet only. So that is a thing happening now. Okay. So now my question is there enough time to think of ourselves and other human beings? Are we losing ourselves in the speed of digital technology? With this speed, and now 5G is expected. Already this speed is there and these many applications are there. And we are lost in the technology. Uncontrollable it is becoming. And still we want, human needs are unlimited. 5G also we want. That's fine. If you want, you can have it. But do we have that much fast brain, that much fast working physical conditions and mental conditions? Are we prepared? Is it really required? That is the question. Then comes Maslow's hierarchy. From the bottom, you can see physiological needs, safety needs, love belonging needs, self-esteem needs, self-actualization. This is a real need actually, which Maslow has studied. But what are the real needs now? Do we have internet? That has become first, what do you call, a need of human beings, right? Comparing to Maslow. And do we have batteries charged in the cell phone and other devices? And do we have perfect electricity? Do we have this device? We have Apple. So the human hierarchy of needs has changed now in this 21st century. Now, knowing yourself, how do you know about yourself? First of all, you need to work on yourself. Students, this is my suggestion to you. With experience, we are telling you, try to know yourself. How do you know? By others' feelings and comments, through friends, enemies, enemy-like friends or friendly enemies, or through self-assessment, through criticism, self-assumption. All these are the tools to know about yourself. And this is a must if you want to be better in future. Now, how do you take decisions usually? What are the parameters for your decisions? What are the criteria for decision making? How can you know if you had taken good or bad decisions? These questions have to be thought of. And important is, how do you face rejections? That is also a question. Now, attitude, I told you. Look at this visual. In traditional attire, a lady is sitting here. What do you think of her? Who she is? Have you heard or read in newspapers somewhere? Can you guess something? What is there in the visual? There is a lady in traditional dress that is visible. And what else? And what does she do usually? Anybody? Dr. Rishabh, am I audible?
Yes, sir. I think maybe she's a writer or something. She's interested more over kind of
That is
writing.
a very good, yes, that is a very good guess. But she is an IAS officer in
Oh.
Jharkhand district. Yeah.
Great.
Her name is Shobha Rathod, and she surprised everybody on the first day of her job. She reported to her office in this traditional attire only. And there is a great message she gave on that day, that guys, look at me. I come from this background and I am this actually. And today, by virtue of my degree, my education, my qualification, I have got through IS and I am designated as Jiladhikari, that is district head collector of a district. But still, she gave a strong non-verbal message that respect me with what I am, how I look. And the original person is like this. And my responsibility is district collector. And my designation is IAS officer. So, we are talking about attitude and skills, right? So the corporate expects so many things from you, but you start from your attitude, right way of thinking, and the skill sets that we have been discussing in this session. Now look at this picture. Her name is Arti Dogra, another IAS officer, and she's a graduate from Sri Ram College, Delhi. Her height is only 3 feet 2 inches at the center. And without writing this, if I had shown you that picture, you would have guessed something else. Because I declared, you know about it. And the surrounding officers, who are at least another 3 feet taller than her, are just escorting her because she's an IAS officer. And she was district collector Ajmer, Rajasthan. Now I am not sure where she is, but she has proved that the height, weight, color, background, or your whatever background you have, that is not important. If you have the right attitude, right skill set, you can still go further. That is the inspiration we take from her, such people. Now, areas of concern, no control. Look at the outer circle, weather, politics, government, fate. This is not in your control, students. What is in area of control? Influence, you, career, subordinates, seniors, wife, family members in future, children and siblings. All these things will be under you. But it all starts with you. Where are you? What is your mindset? What is your skill set? Skill set versus mindset. Please note down, work on this. Skill set versus mindset. Now, check it up. Quickly note down some emotions. Which emotions do you feel most often? Left side, I have given a list of 7 emotions because we are talking about attitude, skills, and knowledge. To know your emotions per day, you can do this exercise. Any student for that matter, any individual can do this. Anger, happiness, fear, disgust, surprise, love, sadness, for example. Note down the percentages quickly at the end of the day. Now it is end of the day. So you can write down and no need to declare, just for your personal assessment, individual assessment, you can do this every day also, or occasionally, or before sleeping. It is up to you. That will quickly give you what was your emotional scale per day. For example, anger 20% per day. Somebody may write. Immediately think of the reason. Why? Why am I getting angry? For example, I'm happy 50% per day. Then immediately question why? Why am I happy? Fear. Why am I afraid? Disgust. Why is it disgusting? Surprise. Why? Love. Why? Sadness. Why? These questions will instantly give you the power to understand the surroundings and yourself. And that becomes a very good exercise for you to keep pace with the world and to face the challenge. Is it clear? Any doubts here? Hello?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Are
sir.
we sailing in the same boat?
Yes, sir.
Right. Then this is the interpretation. Aggressive is low emotional intelligence. Assertiveness is high emotional intelligence. If you are easily distracted, that is low emotional intelligence. If you are enthusiastic, that is exhibiting your high emotional intelligence. Then resistance to change is low emotional intelligence. Patient and consistent, good listening, all these things are under high emotional intelligence. Then critical thinking, picky, being critical. Critical thinking is different, but being always critical, fussy, hard to please, that is considered to be low emotional intelligence. Then being careful, meticulous, systematic, and neat is considered high emotional intelligence. This is just information for you. Now, your goals. Look at the visual here. A fox is jumping to catch a bird on a cliff, mountain cliff. It may succeed. It may catch the bird if that is the goal of the life. But look at the bottom. There is a deep valley where one might fall down. So we need to strike a balance in life. Aim high, that is no problem. But at the same time, be grounded. That is the visualization. Now there are questions here, but it may take long time. So what I suggest is I'm copying a link into your chat window with the permission of the organizers. Kindly fill it out because I'm writing something about this skill set and what type of attitudes and what type of skills and knowledge students have nowadays. So I'm doing some research on that. So with your help, some interpretation can be done. Rishabh, where is the chat window? I'm just sending you this link.
Yes, sir.
Kindly forward it to your students.
Yeah, sure. Sir.
Okay. Before we stop, see, post-pandemic corporate expectations. That is the crux of today's talk. And we started with attitude, knowledge, and skills. Then we talked about the famous skills which are very important in life, and what World Health Organization suggested, UNESCO, and World Economic Forum suggested. I have shown it to you. Then some visual mind stimulating exercise we have done, and we try to talk something, be interactive. Some of you have tried well, and I hope more will be trying in future. Then there are questions for you. In post-pandemic era, what are the corporate expectations? I have developed this questionnaire, and from various backgrounds you are coming, and the world is going to be so different. What are existing skill set and the expected skill sets are different. So a lot of changes, disruptive technology, different job roles, different responsibilities. Now give me 2-3 answers. Do you think that the job roles and responsibilities will be same as before in this post-pandemic era? You can type into the chat window. Only 2-3 questions I will ask, then I'll share the link. Kindly fill the link, Dr. Rishabh. Kindly see that this link is filled by some UG PG students. Okay.
Yes, sir. I'll just see, sir. Yes, sir.
Just forward it to concerned faculty, and students can respond, and
Okay.
that will help them and for us also, because we are doing continuously research
Yeah.
on what is the way of skills acquirement.
Can you copy that
acquisition.
link, sir? Can you copy that
I'm
link?
doing.
That
I'm
note?
doing.
Yeah.
Let me listen to 2-3 answers. Then I will copy. Do you think that job roles and responsibilities will be same as before? Yes or no? Just type in the chat window or say. Okay. Question number 2. Do you think that the business environment will be different from now onwards? Yes or no? Look at the chat, Rishabh. Maybe somebody is typing. Yeah. Number 3. Do you think that your existing skill set will do? Whatever you believe, you have some skill set, I'm sure. So that will do in future also. Then number 4. What changes are you expecting now in the following specializations? For example, engineering, marketing, HR, finance. What changes are you expecting? So these will prepare you for the future. Then number 5. In your view, what kind of new jobs emerged recently in the above fields? Then comes, are you prepared to change as per the corporate expectations? This is one section. I'm just displaying, then I will share the link with you. Keep thinking. Then sectoral changes and individual alignment, because our topic is alignment, corporate expectations and your alignment, right? So how do you align? The questions here are, how do you begin to change? Because change starts from you. And next, where do you begin your transformation? At attitude level or skills level or knowledge level? Then describe your strategy below in the process of transformation. How do you want to transform? Because corporates are expecting so many things. You may not have that, but this is a time to improve. So describe, how do you do? What is your strategy in terms of attitude, skills, and knowledge? Then what is your preference? Job or career? What's your choice? Job or entrepreneurship? Entrepreneurship. Check it out. Then comes mindset versus skill set. As I was just saying, what is your general attitude? How do you deal with failure? How do you deal with rejection? How do you deal with frustration? How do you feel about success? List out your existing skills. List out any other skills that you are going to improve shortly. What's your timeline to achieve the above? What is your plan B in life? So these are the 20 questions I designed. Then what you do is decision making and focus. First of all, focus on yourself, your professional career, then family, then social. 3 aspects. Then take a screenshot of this. Start planning this. If you are in first year or second year of UG, PG, there is time. And final years have very less time now, because the world is waiting for them, just opened up, and they expect a lot. Though it is a little bit late, better late than never. Okay, we are there to help you always. Whenever you want a workshop, Dr. Rishabh is there, Dean sir is there, Honorable Vice Chancellor is there. I am sure they all will be helping you. They are always ready to help you, and I am there whenever you want such workshop. We can always do for students and faculty. Okay, goals in life. Divide the goals into 3: short term, mid term, and long term. Then follow this list: academic goals, professional goals, personal goals, financial goals, social goals, and spiritual goals. Okay, then you will get a chart, and stick this chart in your bedroom or dressing room, somewhere where you always look at it, or your classroom somewhere. Then keep filling this slowly. Now look at this visual. There is an eagle And the only, that is a huge bird. Of course, it flies at a very height, and very few birds can reach it. And when it rains, the eagle just flies above the clouds, some 5,000 feet or something like that, so that the rain cannot touch it. But all smaller birds will hide somewhere because they can't fly that high. And the only bird which tries to poke eagle is raven. It tries poking that eagle, which is trying to fly high. So eagle doesn't bother, it doesn't care, it keeps on flying high, so that naturally these smaller birds will fall down because they can't fly after some extent. So similarly, an individual should keep trying, improving the skills, attitude, and knowledge, and try to achieve higher goals in life, so that all small things, surrounding things, will automatically go down. Then I have some proposals for all the universities in India. New courses like PG diploma in soft skills can be offered. We can establish a dedicated center of excellence for soft skills where youth empowerment and women empowerment can happen. We can emerge as a center of excellence with national importance. ICFAI is already doing, but still certain things are possible. International clients and off-campus expansion is also possible. So these are my proposals, and I leave it to the faculty members, Honorable Dean, Honorable Vice Chancellor Sir, Registrar Sir, and everybody at Tripura University. Kindly think of these things. Maybe something is already happening there, but still, people like us are always there to support you, sir, madam. You can utilize. And I quote Buddha here: if a man can control his mind, man and woman can control his or her mind, he can find the way to enlightenment, and all wisdom and virtue will naturally come to him. That is Buddha. Okay, I think I have come to the end of the session, Rishabh. And if there are any queries, my mail ID is given here, or through your faculty, any student can reach me, or any faculty want to do some further research, interdisciplinary or multidisciplinary research, which is called by UGC nowadays, which is encouraged at the institutions, universities. Even national education policy is in force now. So let us try to do something. So I can take few questions if you have, or it's up to the organizers now. I'm just typing the link, Dr. Rishabh and others.
Yes,
I
sir.
request you to forward this.
Sure, sir.
And kindly see that it is opened in your respective mobiles, and try the link first. Is it opening? Just check, Dr. Rishabh, once.
It's opening, sir. It's opening in the new window. It's opening, sir.
Kindly forward it to PG and UG students.
Yeah, sure, sir.
I need to get some responses and I want to interpret it.
Yes,
And my third book is coming out now. So I would like to write something about skill development, which has been my forte for many years, as you also know,
yes, sir. Great,
as
sir.
the alumnus of IBS. So that's all from my side. It's a very nice experience, because after a long time I have again got an opportunity to interact with your students and faculty at ICFAI University Tripura. Thanks to the organizers, Dean Sir, Registrar Sir, and Professor Dr. Haldar Sir, Honorable Vice Chancellor. It's a great opportunity. Thank you so much. Any questions, please?
Thank you, sir.
Well,
Thank you, sir. It was wonderful learning experience, and we believe all our faculty members and students have benefited from today's lecture. Thank you.
thank you.
Now over
Well,
to Rupayani.
I think all of us can appear on the screen for your
This
record
forum is
also. Yeah, Dr. Rishabh, all of us can appear on the screen, take a screenshot for your record also. It's good for you.
Sure, sir. So I request everyone, please open your camera so that we can have a virtual selfie, and I have to hand over it to sir also. I'll just take a snap.
Great. I think some
I
200,
request,
300 students attended today.
yes, sir, yes, sir. So I request everyone, please open your video so that we can have a virtual selfie, and I'll just copy this record to our resource person. So I request everyone, please open your video if it is possible, so that I can have a selfie, virtual selfie.
Yeah. Meanwhile, any questions, please? I would like to answer if there are any queries from students or faculty. That would be my pleasure.
So if you people are having any question, any clarification, if people are looking for it, or any doubt, then feel free to ask. I request everyone. Especially to the students, feel free to ask anything to the sir.
Okay. Anyway, my email ID is there. If anyone further wants, I'm just typing it in the chat window also. It will be my pleasure to answer it later also. No problem.
Now I
Thank you,
have
sir. Thank you so much,
Yes.
sir.
Welcome.
Now we have almost reached the end of today's webinar. May we request to Professor Dr. Rishabh Shekhar, sir, Assistant Professor of SNC Department, to kindly deliver the vote of thanks. Over to you, sir.
Thank you very much, Rupiani. So first of all, I would like to thank our resource person, Professor Dr. Kalyan Chakravarti, sir, who has given a wonderful and share his experience. That is a very, very very informative session, and it was a very great insight. And I must now can say that students, definitely those who are going to enter in the corporates in another 1 month or 2 months, or those who are going to enter after a couple of years or 2 years, so definitely they will be get benefited, and definitely they are going to use this today's session as a very, very as a learning session. So definitely there must be a takeaway. Something definitely takeaway must be there. It's not learning for the students, it's learning for us also. So thank you very much, sir, for your great insights, and we are definitely regards to you. Then I would like to thanks to the VC of this ICFAI University, Dr. Professor Biplab Haldar, sir, those who have approved and given me an opportunity to conduct this, and having a good platform to interact with such a knowledgeable and insight person. And I would like to thanks to Dean, Dr. Sujit Dev, who has always constantly supporting. Without his constant support, it's very difficult, to make a grand success for this event. And I would like to thanks for a star event also, Dr. Ranganathan, sir, those who have very much approved, and he has, without his support, it's highly impossible to conduct that what I have conducted today. And I would like to thanks to all the faculty fraternity that they have participated, students and anchor, and special thanks to the IT department that they have supported and opened, all the platforms and everything they have given. Office staff, IT.
I have two things here, Rishabh.
Yes,
sorry to interrupt. One is an FDP, because now National Policy 2020 implementation stage is going on. So a lot of requests are coming from various universities to have FDPs, faculty development programs, wherein this integration of skills into curriculum. That is a challenge, going to be a challenge for every faculty soon, because UGC or Ministry of Education, somebody may ask any university, in this aspect, what is happening. So it is always better to be ready. So this is my request and suggestion to your authorities also, through you. Kindly think of some FDP. Then another is for students. Before they go for placement, any PG or UG students, they should have some sessions, interactive, practical, face-to-face sessions on preparation, how to face the corporate. Like I have just mentioned, some universities are doing, I shared the visuals also. You can see the recording later on, you will see that. So students, research scholars and faculty, together, we can create a wonderful institution which can have all these qualities: attitudinal changes, skills changes, and knowledge development also, which is emphasized in NEP 25. So please think of those lines and let me know whatever I can do. I am
Yeah,
always
definitely we will. I'll just take these words, whatever you have explained to us, how it is going to be implemented in a new education policy, that what it has been implemented.
Yes.
So definitely we will try to align whatever it has been given in the new education policy is what you told. So I'll definitely talk to this to the higher authority management, and if any possibility and if any chances are there, definitely we'd like to listen once again to you on that regard also, so that it will
Nice.
benefit not only
Nice.
the UGC but also benefit to the university also.
Yes.
Thank you. Definitely, sir. Thank you very much, sir. So,
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. My page. Nice to see Dr. Rishabh after a long time.
yeah, same here, sir. Almost, I think after a decade, we were
Yes,
meeting virtually,
yes,
but
yes.
after a decade, I think I'm meeting you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank
So
you,
I'll
everybody,
just-
and the university, Vice Chancellor Sir, Dean Sir, Registrar Sir, HODs, and all the faculty and students for this wonderful opportunity. Namaste, Jai Hind.
Thank you.
Thank
I
you,
just-
sir.
Thank you. Please send the recording to me.
Yeah, sure, sir. Sure, sir. I'll just stop recording and I'll just share you the recordings to your mail respectively. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much.
Yes, sir. Thank you.